Hi and welcome to our lesson on React props. In this lesson, we will learn the basics of how to use props in React. Before we get started, let's define what props are. Props, short for properties, are a way to pass data from a parent component to a child component. This allows for a more modular and reusable code base as well as better separation of concerns. Let's take a look at an example of how to use props. We will have a parent component called app and a child component called greeting. As you can see, we have a apps and greeting component. In the app component, we will pass a prop called name to greeting component. This prop will be name that the greeting component will use to greet the user. At the moment, if you go to the greet.jsx, you can see hello John, and you can see in the browser the hello John is showing properly. Now the question is, if you want to pass the props from app.js, how can you pass that? So basically our goal is to control the username from the app.js file. To control the username from the app.js file, we have to pass the name props to greeting component. So here the name John will be available in greeting.jsx as a props. To get the props in a component, there are two ways to get the props. The easy way to get the props, just write props argument in the greeting function. Props is an object, so we can get the name from the props like that. Now the name is available in the greeting component. If we see in the browsers, the John is available in the greeting component. Now if we want to change the name from app.js, we can change easily. Suppose if I want to write my name, and it will also effect in the greeting.jsx. We can also destructuring syntax to access the props like this. In that case, we don't have to get the props. The name is available by destructuring syntax. If we save and see, it's working as expected. Props can also be used to pass down functions as callback that a child component can use to communicate back to the parent. We can also use default props in case a prop is not passed down to a component. So now we set the default props in the component. We don't have to pass the name prop from app.js. Now the default props will work. If we save and see, the default props is working as expected. To write the default props, we have to write the component name dot default props. Default props is an object, and in the object you have to pass the props name and value that you wanted to show in your component. In addition, we can also use prop types to validate the props that are being passed down to a component. We have to import prop types from prop types. Prop types will be an object. Inside the object, we have to write the props key, and we have to define the prop types. See, our name is string, that's why we define name prop types dot string. That's it. You know now the basics of how to use props in React. Thank you for taking this lesson on React props. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out for help. Thank you.